If the leader of Catalonia announces independence next week, will you recognise Catalonia as a free,
well, what I think
state?
has to be recognised is the strength of feeling in Catalonia. I think it's now time for dialogue to replace confrontation. The scenes we saw last Sunday were unacceptable and should be condemned by everybody. But what now has to happen, in my view, is the Spanish government, which of course wants to uphold its constitution, and the Catalan government sitting down to find a way forward, one that complies with the rule of law, but one that also respects democracy and the right of the people of Catalonia to choose their own future. You cannot simply say that the right of a people to choose their own future is illegal in all circumstances.
So just coming back to my original question, would you recognise Catalonia as an independent country, yes or no?
We'd recognise the decisions and the statements that were made, but I'm not going to speculate here on what will happen in Catalonia before it happens. I'm not in control of that. It's not for me to decide what is the right future for Catalonia. But everybody has to recognise the reality of the situation in Catalonia. But the question here is, how is it resolved? My view is it shouldn't be resolved by both sides going further to extreme positions. It should be resolved by both sides coming together to try to find a way forward in this that respects all of these principles, the rule of law, democracy and the right to choose.
Was it a legitimate referendum, do you think?
Look, it was a referendum that lots of people voted in. Lots didn't, but lots of people voted in. Spain maintains it was an illegal referendum. That is, I understand that, and that's the position that the Spanish government takes. The point I'm making is, if Spain's position is that that wasn't a legal referendum, surely the question is, how can there be a legal way for people in Catalonia to express their view? Because you can't simply in a democracy say there is no legal and legitimate way for people to decide what they want their future to be. That would be an absurd position. And that's why I think
would you urge the Spanish to facilitate that, as it were, a different referendum?
I think there's a duty now on Spain and Catalonia to come together to have that discussion. What is the way forward? It may be sensible to try to have some independent mediation of that, perhaps the European Union, which I think should have condemned the violence that we saw last Sunday and unfortunately didn't. But perhaps the EU not taking sides, but in the role of mediator has a role to play. But dialogue has to replace confrontation here.